Hey, Doug, how'd that discount double check work out for you? Hey, Doug, how'd that discount double check work out for you?
Oh, that was great. I wish I had double checked before discussing that play earlier. Did anybody catch that play?
No.
Nope. Okay, we're gonna act like we're debating about it. You two do the bouncy football thing. You rub your head like it's a real tough call. No, that looks like you're having a migraine. I'm gonna break the huddle confidently, and we're gonna call it incomplete.
Your mic's on!
First down! Thank you! 70,000 people were there.
20 million more watching at home.
Got it!
Save big with State Farm.
If you jump into a race and you haven't paid the entry fee,
if you just hop in and you don't have a bib number and you just run with it illegally,
that's called being abandoned.
The Charge Bandit is the first stability offering in our run long segment.
we have the armor vent and the 4-foot maximum breathability. We paired it with the Charge Ultimate Response adaptive cushioning. If you go to the medial side, you'll see a stability post here, and we've done stability kind of in our own way where we're more guiding the foot.
This shoe provides a light stability platform for the runner.
If you're a younger runner getting into running, you want a shoe that can do it all. You can train in, you can race in, it looks cool, has a lot of Under Armour attitude to it. That's the Bandit.
We call ourselves bandits. That's the Under Armour way, right? It's how we design product, it's how we live our life here at Under Armour.
Hey, Doug, how'd that discount double check work out for you?
Oh, that was great. I wish I had double checked before discussing that play earlier. Did anybody catch that play?
No.
Nope. Okay, we're gonna act like we're debating about it. You two do the bouncy football thing. You rub your head like it's a real tough call. No, that looks like you're having a migraine. I'm gonna break the huddle confidently, and we're gonna call it incomplete.
Your mic's on!
First down! Thank you! 70,000 people were there.
20 million more watching at home.
Got it!
Save big with State Farm.
Your local Mount Vernon Farmers Elevator offers a wide variety of services and support. With harvest around the corner, we offer extended hours and a helping hand to maximize your profit. With our new
There's a lot of uncertainties in farming and ranching today, but one thing is certain. Statewide Ag Insurance in Chamberlain, Winter, and Mitchell are your crop and livestock insurance specialists. Statewide agents have a background in agriculture and work hard to provide growers and ranchers with risk management plans and insurance coverage that fits their business needs. From hail insurance, livestock revenue protection, to multi-peril crop and revenue insurance, Statewide will help you with the right decisions. Statewide Ag Insurance in Chamberlain, Winter, and Mitchell. Locally owned, your dependable partner in crop and livestock protection, and equal opportunity provider.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Mount Vernon Gas and Oil, a family-owned and operated business you've come to trust for the last 33 years. Mount Vernon Gas and Oil provides all your general car service needs to get you back.
Selland is a 6'1 senior. Also starting out a forward tonight will be number 23, Tristan Zebart. Zebart is a 5 junior. Also starting at center tonight will be number 31, Abby Deering. Deering is a 6-foot junior. Also off the bench tonight will be number 5, Megan Poyer, number 15, Sarah Morgan. And, of course, the head coaches for the Blackhawks. They have 2 head coaches, Tim McCain and Rob Baruth. The assistant coaches are Emily Olson and Robin Moody. Let's take a look at your starting lineup for the Mount Vernon Plankinton Titans, as the Titans will start at 1 guard, number 2, Haley Waltz. Waltz is a 5'6" sophomore. Also, we'll be seeing Stephanie Folliver starting at a guard. Folliver is a 5'6" senior, and also starting at a guard tonight will be number 4, Cammie Waltz. Waltz is a 5'5" junior. We'll also see starting at a forward tonight, number 10, Michaela Cassidy. Cassidy is a 5'8" sophomore, and Caitlin Briggs. We've been talking about her throughout the night. She will be starting in the center position tonight. She is a 6-foot freshman. We'll also see off the bench tonight, Tay Westendorf. She's a 5'6" junior, wears number 1. Also off the bench tonight, number 30, Grace Boltzma. Boltzma is a 5'7" junior. Bill Marquardt, 532 career wins. He is the head coach. The assistant coaches, Darcy Diner, Lauren Bohr, as well as Max Schaefer. So the final introductions being made from Mount Vernon Plankinton. Your officials for tonight's ball game are Darren Vandenberg, Kevin Crow, and Brian Rook. Well, Lyle, any big final thoughts before we get started with the tip-off tonight?
Oh, the keys are going to be, like Coach Marquardt said, is got to try to find a way to slow Maya Selland down, but not only her, but you're going to have to make sure that other players don't step up and hurt you too. And for Mount Vernon Plankinton, they just got to find a way to score. SanbornCentral Woonsocket, they're able to get out. They're able to get on you defensively, so it should be a tough matchup for Mount Vernon Plankinton, but we'll see how things go here tonight.
Folliver in the jump set girl, as well as Maya Selland, as the opening tip going to be controlled by SanbornCentral Woonsocket. It'll be Kayla Olson bringing the ball up to the front end of the court, passing it down into the corner, looking over for number 31, Abby Deering, as the ball just a little bit past Deering's grasp. It was actually deflected out of bounds by the Titans, so it will be Blackhawk basketball. 7:53 left to go here in the opening quarter. Inbound pass comes out to Vermillion. Vermillion pulls up for a 3 spot, can't get it to go. Selland there for the rebound, and can't get it to drop in, but she does get her own rebound, gets the putback. So right away, the Blackhawks take a 2-0 lead. Titans bringing the ball up the court. It'll be Folliver coming up from the right side, now stops from the top of the key. Between the circles, now looking to dish it inside. Instead, swings it around the perimeter, coming back down over to Cammie Waltz, who cuts in on the baseline. Works the ball back up near the top of the key again to Folliver. Folliver goes with a skip pass down low, with the shot up and good for Caitlin Briggs.
Nice pass down into the post by Mount Vernon Plankinton.
So the score tied 2-2, 7:14 left to go here in the opening quarter as the Blackhawks back down to their end of the court. They'll swing it out to Vermillion. Vermillion back to the top of the key. This time over to Kayla Olson. She'll dish it off again to Selland. Selland trying to feed it down inside, but ball just a little too high for Tristan Zebart to make a grab at, and so it's going to go out of bounds. So Mount Vernon Plankinton gets the ball back.
And Titans coming out, and they're playing a diamond and one on Maya Selland here to start off the game.
Folliver with the inbound as she'll take it across the midcourt stripe, stops between the circles, now drives in from the left. Getting some good pressure from Weber as she'll get rid of the ball back to the top of the key, swings it around again, back to Haley Waltz. Waltz cuts in against Selland, now has to pass it out to the top of the key. Working around that perimeter once again as they'll feed it off the wing, this time coming back out to number 10, that's Michaela Cassidy. Cassidy cuts into the lane as we have 6.5 minutes left to go as the ball stripped away. This time Selland in a foot race all the way to the basket, comes up from the right lane, goes in for 2, and a timeout taken on the floor by Coach Bill Marquardt. One thing I want to tell you too, because it is a Class A school, we are playing with a shot clock tonight. So basically it's 35 seconds per possession. If you don't get the shot to hit the rim, you get called for that 35-second violation. So it is a Class A school, it's a Class A gym, so they are playing under Class A rules. However, next year, Class B girls will be going to that shot clock as well. So basically we're going to see everything pretty much even from Class AA all the way down to Class B. So definitely looking forward to that, and it should also help with the pacing of the game as well.
It depends on the style. Some teams really don't matter. they'll get the shot up in about 5 to 10, 15 seconds. Some teams, they do like to slow it down. It just kind of depends on the style, but I have a feeling it's really, as far as the basketball and the game of, or the flow of the game, a lot of it really doesn't matter to a whole lot of these B schools. They like to get up and down the court in a hurry.
Absolutely. 6:30 left to go. Again, 4-2. It is Sanborn-Central Woonsocket on top of Mount Vernon Plankinton here on Cool 98. Also streaming live on cool98.com and also on MVPTitans.com. So MVPTitansLive.com. So thank you for everybody who are tuning in there. So right now the Titans with the ball. They get the ball out to Tay Westendorf, who checks into the game. Now they feed it down into the low post once again. Caitlin Briggs. Boy, she comes up on that left lane, just has a nice little tip in off the glass, puts the score now even at 4 apiece, but Blackhawks down court quickly as they work the ball back to the top, the key to Vermillion. Vermillion kind of directing traffic, feeds it down into the low post again, now to Vermillion near the charity stripe, swings it around again, this time from the left corner, can't get the shot to go, but hard rebound pulled down by the Titans' Cammie Waltz. As Waltz takes it across the timeline, comes up from the right side, now dishes it off again, this time over to Haley Waltz. As Waltz cuts across, as she'll come into the lane now goes for the shot. Can't get it to go, but she is going to draw the foul. So that's going to send her up to the line to shoot two. So Haley Waltz to the line to shoot two. That'll be the first foul, by the way, against the Blackhawks. And that foul is going to go against Abby During. So first of two shots coming up here for Waltz, as the first shot off the back of the rim, no good. 5:43 left to go, still knotted up at 4 apiece. Mount Vernon Plankinton looking for its first lead of the ball game with this shot here. Next shot is up, and this one is good. So it is a 5-4 Titan lead, as we do see substitutions coming in now. Coming in once again for Mount Vernon Plankinton will be Michaela Cassidy. As Cassidy coming back in, as Haley Waltz will get a little bit of a break. She'll talk with Coach Marquardt about some strategy. Sanborn-Central Woonsocket with the ball once again, as Weber passing it off, gets the ball out to Abby Deering, playing on the high post. Now back out to Weber. Weber pulls the trigger, but they say it's not a three-pointer, just a two. Her foot was just inside the line, as that is Kayla Olsen actually making that shot. So the score now, 6-5. As the ball tipped out of bounds, as it is actually tipped out, and it is going to be last touch, though, by Mount Vernon Plankinton. So that gives the ball back to Sanborn-Central Woonsocket.
It was a good idea. Just the bounce pass just bounced a little short, and Briggs wasn't able to handle it.
So Kayla Olsen with the ball. She'll take it across the timeline. Now stops at the top of the key. Looking for Deering, as Deering cutting across the lane. Now looking over for Sellen, but Sellen getting some good defensive pressure put on her by Tay Westendorf.
Yeah, they're just, like I said, it's just a box and one, and they're just denying Sellen the ball.
Yeah, basically throwing about 2 or 3 bodies on her, as this time Kayla Olsen, she goes for another long-distance two-pointer, and she connects. So right now it's a 3-point lead for Mount Vernon Plankinton, and right now Blackhawks putting on a full-court press against Stephanie Fowler, as Fowler is able to break the press, gets into the paint, passes it off the weak side, off the back door, shot no good, rebound, and almost a putback there by Briggs, but Briggs gets her own rebound, puts it back for two. Caitlin Briggs, the freshman, already with 6 points tonight, cuts the deficit down to 1, 8-7, 4:23 left to go in the opening quarter. Here comes Kayla Olsen, as she'll go cross-court pass, goes back over to Vermillion. Vermillion gets it out to Deering on the high post, now back to Olsen. Olsen, long two, no good. Fight that loose ball, Sellen's there for the rebound. She draws the foul, and that's going to send her to the line.
She's just so much taller than Westendorf, who's been guarding her in the box and one, and she was just able to reach over and get that offensive rebound and put back. She didn't get it to fall, but going to the line to shoot two.
Westendorf drawing her first personal. That'll also be the Titans' first team foul, first of 2 shots. This one bounces off the front of the rim from Maya Sellen, who had a big night in the first game of the season. 22 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, 5 steals. That's a pretty impressive line, as we have personnel rotating in and out. And we also see checking in now for Sanborn-Central Woonsocket, Megan Poyer. She'll check into the game now as Tristan Zebart steps out. Score 7-8, as we have Sellen ready to shoot the next shot, and this one is good. So 9-7 the score, as Sellen right now with 5 points puts the score 9-7, as again floating on that full court press, but Mount Vernon Plankinton doing a nice job breaking that full court press as they get the ball down to their end of the court. They'll feed the ball inside. In on the dribble drive will be Waltz. Waltz shot going to be blocked, and it goes right back in the hands of Sellen. Sellen on the transition, kicks it out again, this time to Olsen. Olsen for 3, shot no good, and Olsen's going to pick up the rebound as she'll go between the circles back near midcourt. 3:42 left to go in the opening quarter as she drifts over to the right side of the lane. Now passes back to the top of the key. This time finds Sarah Morgan. Back over again. Olsen down to Vermillion. Vermillion pulls up for a long two, off the rim, no good. Fight for that rebound underneath. It'll be Haley Waltz there for the board. Boards back to Fowler as Fowler takes it across the midcourt stripe as Fowler looking to pass it around. Now gets the ball out again to Waltz. Waltz swings it around to Cammie Waltz. Now they get the dish inside to Cassidy as Cassidy trying to find some interior penetration, but no, has to get rid of the ball. Cammie Waltz rubbed that pivot foot just a little bit before she drove in, but that's going to be a turnover and gives the ball back to Sanborn Central Woonsocket.
That's the third turnover for the Titans.
9-7, Blackhawks lead, 3:10 left to go here in the first period. Inbound pass comes back into number 14. That is Maddie Vermillion. She's been this will be her third year starting here for the Blackhawks. As Vermillion with the ball, gets the ball back to the top of the key, back out to Vermillion again, kind of a little pitch and catch right now between her and Olsen. Now they swing it around, going back out to Morgan. Morgan, long two, makes it. Back down in the left corner, Sarah Morgan gets the basket to go in, and that puts the score now 11-7. Largest lead here for the Blackhawks as they force a tie-up, and now we do have a whistle on the play. Looks like maybe a block foul going to be called, and it looks like it is going to go against number 14, Maddie Vermillion, as that is going to be the second team foul here against the Blackhawks. So she will step out momentarily. During will come back in off the bench. Floor violation, so that'll give the ball back to Mount Vernon Plankinton, as they'll inbound it right in front of the scores table, this time coming out to Tay Westendorf. Westendorf from the top of the key, passing it off again over to Cammie Waltz as Waltz nearly gets her pass intercepted as they work around the perimeter again to Haley Waltz. Swinging around that wing once again. Ooh, almost called on that travel there as they get the ball back to the top of the key to Westendorf. Westendorf drives in, passes to Waltz as Waltz gets pushed from behind. So that is going to be a team foul against Sanborn Central Woonsocket. This time it's going to go against Abby Deering, so right away the senior center finds herself in foul trouble, or in a foul situation here, but they are going to keep her in. Unless Coach Baruth and McCain decide to rotate her out, but right now Sanborn Central Woonsocket setting up in a 2-3 zone defense as they get the ball out to Westendorf on the inbound pass. Westendorf, little pitch and catch, now gets the feet inside, but the pass just beyond the reach of Briggs. It's going to be intercepted by Megan Poyer. As Poyer on the transition, the little cross-court pass coming back out to Tristan Zebart. Zebart gets the dish inside, shots up, and it is good for Abby Deering. So Deering does a nice job of working the baseline. 6-point lead right now for the Blackhawks, 13-7, under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Mount Vernon Plankinton with the ball as they swing it out to Tay Westendorf. Westendorf to the top of the key, back to Fowler. Fowler swings it around again, this time over to Haley Waltz. Continuing to work around that perimeter once again. 16 seconds left to go on the shot clock as they get the ball down into the low post again. This time to Cassidy as Cassidy works the baseline. Now dishes off the weak side, but going to be a whistle from behind, and this one's going to go against Sanborn Central Woonsocket. So that's going to be a push. That's going to be the fourth foul against the against the Blackhawks. And this time it goes against Maddie Vermillion. So right away you've got two starters in the first quarter for Sanborn Central Woonsocket picking up fouls. And so Tay Westendorf goes to the line. She's going to shoot two, misses on the first one.
And that drive, that was a good drive by Cassidy, driving the right baseline and just nice, really good bounce pass to Westendorf, who made a nice cut from the left side, got right underneath the basket, just got pushed from behind, but missed the first free throw, a second one up and coming.
Vermillion enduring out as the next shot no good. Rebound underneath, picked up by Michaela Cassidy as Cassidy works that baseline again, gets the shot, falls off the side of the rim, no good, as the ball tipped out of bounds, and it will belong to Sanborn Central Woonsocket.
There's going to be a foul on over or back on Mount Vernon Plankinton.
Okay, so they're going to call that foul on that one too, so that's going to be second foul against the Titans, and it goes against Michaela Cassidy as she draws her first personal. Blackhawks get the ball back as they will inbound it, drifting over to the right side, down into the corner, long distance two on the lane, no good, and goes right into the hands of Caitlin Briggs as Briggs passes it down. They work the ball on the transition going to Fowler. Fowler tries to go in for the jump shot, but she gets blocked, and she's going to go to the line as she draws the foul. So Stephanie Fowler going to the line to shoot two. That is going to be team foul number 5 here on the Blackhawks. So Blackhawks playing pretty aggressive defense, but they're also paying for it at the line too, as the first shot no good.
Well, that's one thing. The Titans aren't taking advantage of those opportunities right now. 1 of 5 from the free throw line.
Poyer drawing the foul. That's going to be her first personal as Deering checking back in. Also Vermillion checking in as well. She will come in for Poyer. So right now you've got During and Vermillion out on the court, both with 2 fouls apiece as the next shot no good. During tries to go after it. Going to be picked off by Cassidy as they get the ball out onto the wing. Shots up no good. During's there for the weak side rebound as she'll find the outlet pass to Vermillion. Vermillion slows down the tempo as she comes up to the top of the key. Less than a minute to go. Feeding it over to Olsen as Olsen cross-court pass once again. Three-pointer, count it, as Tristan Zebarth nails it from the corner, or from the elbow. 16-7, Sanborn Central Woonsocket with the lead. And here come the Titans once again. They feed it down to Waltz as Haley Waltz from the corner gets the dish inside. Back to Cammie Waltz as they get the no-look pass into Briggs. Briggs gets a nice thread-the-needle outlet pass. Comes up with 8 points here, 16-9.
An excellent pass by Walls to get that into Briggs.
Here comes another three-point attempt. This time Kayla Olsen misses, but it's going to be a rebound by Zebarth. They'll work the outside perimeter once again as Zebarth looking to pass inside. During gets it blocked. Goes right back into the hands of Cammie Waltz. 12 seconds left to go here in the first quarter as Fowler comes up from the left side, gets through traffic, but she's going to get called for the travel. Yeah, just tried to stop, but unfortunately drugged that pivot foot just a little too much for the officials to see. So it will be Sanborn Central Woonsocket getting the ball, and the inbound pass is going to come right back into Maya Selland. With 6.5 seconds left to go, 16-9 in favor of the Blackhawks. So right now they're going to send Tay Westendorf on Selland. 5 seconds left to go as Selland getting a nice pick set up as she'll come in from the right side. Pulls up for a long three-pointer. Can't get it to go as this one just a bit short of the rim. So that is the end of the first quarter with the score 16-9 in favor of the Blackhawks. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on Cool 98 and online at cool98.com and on MVPTitansLive.com.
On the road. With a large selection of truck beds and trailers, they will have what you are looking for. Inside, you will find a wide variety of cards, perfect for any holiday or occasion. Don't forget to grab a snack and drink for the road. Mount Vernon Gas and Oil is the place to go, located at 104 South Earl Street in Mount Vernon, South Dakota. Give them a call today at 605-236-5369.
The Golden Buffalo Casino at Lower Brule is proud of our area youth for their competitive spirit and participation in the various high school activities. It takes dedication and commitment to be the best you can be. It's all about sportsmanship and not whether you win or lose, but how you play the game. The Golden Buffalo Casino is your winning destination for great food and more ways to win more often. Our youth, our future. We at the Golden Buffalo Casino say thanks for all you do.
Hey, Doug, got that discount double check.
Asgrow game of the week here in Plankinton. Mount Vernon Plankinton taking on Sanborn Central Woonsocket. Girls game right now 16-9 in favor of the Blackhawks as Maya Selland leading the Blackhawks with 5 points. Kayla Olsen with 4 points. As for the Titans, it's all Caitlin Briggs. 8 of the 9 points belong to the freshman center as the Titans start with possession here in the second quarter. Basically from our vantage point right now, if you're listening at home on your radio dial, Titans moving from left to right. As for the Blackhawks, they are moving from right to left this half. As the pass broken up inside as Vermillion gets the recovery, gets the ball out to Selland as Selland drives in the paint, passes off to During. Does draw the block though, non-shooting foul, so that's going to go against the Titans.
So far in the first quarter, Mount Vernon Plankinton shooting 57% on only 4 of 7. Sanborn Central Woonsocket 7 of 17. They've taken 10 more shots than the Titans so far. 1 of 5 from three-point range. 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Mount Vernon Plankinton only 1 of 6 from the free throw line. They are out rebounding the Blackhawks 8-5, but they have 6 turnovers compared to only 1 for the Blackhawks.
Maya Selland gets the inbounds pass as this one gets tipped out of bounds, so the Blackhawks will get possession. The pass was intended for Kayla Olsen. Now she will inbound from the sideline, gets the ball out on the wing. Now they'll feed it back down to Selland, but she gets caught in a tie-up. Wow, great job on that tie-up right there by Cammie Waltz. So that's going to keep the ball in the Blackhawks' possession on the alternate possession arrow, but wow, still a good job by Waltz on that defensive tie-up. So we'll get the ball inside, this time going out to Tristan Zebarth. Zebarth takes one too many steps with the ball, and she gets called for the travel. 16-9 the score as we have 7:29 left to go here in the opening half. As the inbound pass comes back into Stephanie Fowler. Fowler takes it across the midcourt stripe as she will be D'd up by Tristan Zebart. Passes off to the right side. Now comes back to the top of the key, coming back out to Westendorf. Westendorf trying to thread the needle inside, but Vermillion is there to intercept the pass as Vermillion finally gets called on the jump ball, and that possession is going to go right back to Mount Vernon Plankinton. And there wasn't a whole lot that Maddie Vermillion could do. She was down on her knees trying to look for that outlet, but they were just able to put the hands on the ball and force the tie-up.
And Sanborn Central actually started this quarter, and they came out in a 1-2-2 zone.
So Mount Vernon Plankinton will have the ball. They'll inbound underneath their own basket with 7:12 left to go in the half. Again, their score 16-9 in favor of the Blackhawks. And now we've got some conferencing going on here at the scores table. Trying to see what's going on here. I think maybe trying to make sure that
the possession
is correct.
Or they actually are checking the shot clock probably because they actually turned the ball over and ended up being a change of possession, and they got the ball back on the jump ball.
Well, I'll tell you what, we go right again with another jump ball as the pass finally pulled down by Mount Vernon Plank, but right there Sanborn Central Woonsocket was able to get the tie-up, so gives the ball back to the Blackhawks as Maddie Vermillion on point. She'll bring the ball up the court, passes off the wing, this time going over. Down into the corner, finds Sellon. Sellon for three, shots up, no good. As Vermillion's there, almost got the rebound, but picked up by Cammie Waltz. Steps out of bounds, though, on the rebound, and that's going to get the ball back to Sanborn Central Woonsocket. Tay Westendorf checking into the game right now as Grace Boltzma heads back to the bench. Under 7 to play here. Again, nobody's really been able to score here in this second quarter. As Maddie Vermillion with the ball at the top of the key, passes it off to Kayla Olsen. Olsen works it around to Vermillion, off to the right side. Now back to the top of the key. They'll get the bounce pass over to Vermillion. Working the ball back deep. 21 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Now they get the ball to Sellon. Sellon feeds it off to the back door as they try to feed it in, but a good clamp down by Haley Waltz right there. That was really that could have easily been a layup. Instead, they tried to pass it off the baseline. It's deflected out of bounds, so gives the ball back to Sanborn Central Woonsocket. And we'll see Sarah Morgan checking into the game now as Tristan Zebart grabs some bench time as they'll work the ball out onto the corner. This time, long distance two, just a bit short for Kayla Olsen. Fight that loose ball. Caitlin Biggs there for the rebound as she needs to get rid of that ball in a hurry. As they get the ball out to Stephanie Fowler. Fowler feeds it down into the corner. This time they come in, but a big rejection by Maya Sellon as she gets the ball now on 2-on-1 advantage. Goes up for the layup, kicks it in for two. Wow, Maya Sellon got that play started with a huge rejection and took it in uncontested for the shot, 18-9 with 6 minutes to go. First points here of the second quarter for either team. They get the ball to Fowler. Fowler off the wing, down into the corner again to Cammie Waltz, passes it off the wing again, now down into the corner as Waltz trying to come in, 16 to go on the shot clock. They get the ball out to Fowler. Fowler swings it over to Haley Waltz as Waltz runs into a double team. Pass is going to be deflected out of bounds. Waltz, the last person to touch it, gives the ball back to the Blackhawks.
That's 10 turnovers now for the Titans, and that's been really the story of the game. They've not been able to get as many shots up. They're turning the ball over, and they're not hitting their free throws.
Coach Marquardt calls for a timeout. We'll take one as well. 18-9 in favor of the Blackhawks. Back in 30 seconds here on Cool 98.
Oh, that was great. I wish I had double-checked before discussing that play earlier. Did anybody catch that play? No. Okay, we're going to act like we're debating about it. You two do the bouncy football thing. You rub your head like it's a real tough call. No, that looks like you're having a migraine. I'm going to break the huddle confidently, and we're going to call it incomplete.
Mike's on! First down! Thank you!
70,000 people were there.
20 million more watching at home.
Got it!
Save big with State Farm.
53-15.
And welcome back to the DeKalb Asgrow Game of the Week here on Cool 98, also online at cool98.com and on MVPTitansLive.com. Matt Hendrickson with you, along with Lyle Johnson. 18-9 with 5.5 to go here in the first half as Sanborn Central Woonsocket with possession. They get the ball down into the right corner to Tristan Zebart. Zebart pulls the trigger on a three-pointer and hits the bullseye. She has 6 points tonight. And right away, Mount Vernon Plankinton back down to their end of the court as Waltz off to the right wing. Gets the ball back to the top of the key as they work the ball around the perimeter. This time, Westendorf looking down into that low corner. Back over to Cammie Waltz. 18 to go on the shot clock. They'll feed off the wing again, back over to Fowler. Fowler swings around the perimeter. With just under 5 to go, they get the ball out to Waltz. 9 to go on the shot clock. They'll feed the ball inside, but the ball intercepted. During gets in front of that pass intended for Briggs and gets the ball out to Selland as Selland works to the right wing, gets the ball out on the wing. Shot's no good. Selland's there for the rebound. Passes it down to Deering. Deering passes out on the outlet. The shot no good again. Rebound. Briggs to get the putback as Sarah Morgan gets waved off. Foul occurring before the shot. So they are going to call a floor violation on that one. That goes against the Titans. That'll be the team's 5th foul. This one goes against Haley Waltz, who draws her first. So we'll have the inbound pass coming in once again. This time they feed the ball out in the corner to Zebart. Zebart dishes it off again to Kayla Olsen. Olsen works around the perimeter, now between the circles, dishes off the wing again, down to that right side. Back over to Sarah Morgan as Morgan nearly gets it knocked out of her hands. Gets the ball back to the top of the key to Poyer as Poyer spin move, tries to come in, but ends up drawing a foul instead, and ooh, ouch. Cami Waltz on the deck hard. It looks like she might have taken a knee to the head.
Yeah, she kind of went down and just bumped right into.
Yeah, so right now she's getting helped up by her teammates as one of the assistant coaches coming out there. Of course, Titans struggling with some injuries already. Erin Dennings out for a while, ACL injury. And then also Destiny Hawk, she is out too as she suffered a concussion here in the season. So kind of a thin bench right now for Coach Marquardt. So not a good thing to have one of your starters get that knee to the head. But they're going to check her out and hopefully she'll be back on the court soon. Inbound pass comes back into SanbornCentral Woonsocket as they get the ball out to Kayla Olsen. Olsen cuts into the lane, now dishes out again to Tristan Zebart. Zebart gets her pass deflected by Michaela Cassidy, and now they'll get the ball out to Haley Waltz. Waltz back out to Stephanie Fowler. Fowler dishes down low, but the pass just a bit beyond Westendorf's reach. That's going to go out of bounds, and that goes back to the Blackhawks.
Get another turnover for the Titans, just not able to take advantage offensively with Maya Selland on the bench, and 11 turnovers now.
Just under 4 minutes to go as Vermillion with the inbounds as she'll take it up from the top of the key. Stephanie Fowlerberg, some great defensive pressure put on her. Swings it off to the wing once again as they get the ball out to Morgan. Morgan dishes down into the low corner. They'll work the ball back to the top of the key again. This time they'll work the ball with Olsen as Olsen between the circles, now backpedals near midcourt. As she goes up against Westendorf, dishes off the wing again, now down into the corner. This time finds Deering as Deering works the right baseline, comes up with the deuce. Abby Deering with 4 points puts the score now 23-9 in favor of SanbornCentral Woonsocket. Here come the Titans on the transition though as they feed off the wing to Haley Waltz. Waltz cross-court pass, they'll feed it down into the left corner. This time Cassidy comes up for the shot. Can't get it to go though as Sarah Morgan's there for cleanup duty and she gets the ball out to Vermillion. Vermillion feeds it down to Deering. Deering works the baseline from the right side for 2. So Abby Deering coming up strong with 4 points here in the last 60 seconds. Puts the score now 25-9 in favor of SanbornCentral Woonsocket. Stephanie Fowler back near midcourt as she comes up, sets up the offense. Now passes it down, almost intercepted by Vermillion. Now gets the ball down into the corner, this time to Cassidy. Cassidy has to get rid of the ball, though. It's going to be deflected out of bounds. And it's last touch by the Titans. Gives the ball back to SanbornCentral Woonsocket.
The defense for the Blackhawks has just been outstanding. They came out in this 1-2-2 zone to start the second quarter, and Mount Vernon Plankinton just cannot find an answer offensively right now. They haven't scored a point yet here in this second quarter, I don't believe.
Vermillion will come in now as she gets the inbound pass off, this time coming out to Kayla Olsen, who checks into the game now during getting a chance to get a little bit of rest on the bench. Back to Vermillion, but Vermillion gets stripped away. Cami Waltz all alone as she's underneath the basket, gets the easy jump shot to go in as she gets that layup to go for 2. So Mount Vernon Plankinton gets their first points here in the second quarter, but it's still a 25-11 lead. And they'll intercept another pass once again. Fowler breaks up the pass, gets the ball out to Haley Waltz. As Waltz comes up from the top of the key, now drifts over to the right side, swings it over to the left as they get the ball out to Cami Waltz. So good to see Cami back into the game again as they work a little inside-outside game. 3-point shot on the way, kaboom! And that is Haley Waltz with the three-pointer, puts the score now 25-14. So nice little 5-0 run here for the Titans with just under 2 minutes to go here in the half.
They needed to find something offensively, and so far the last 2 possessions they've done a good job, and defensively they're doing a good job because they just forced the third turnover on 3 possessions for the Blackhawks as Maya Selland checks back in.
Natty Vermillion gets called for the travel. That'll give the ball back to the Titans. So both coaches, all three coaches, I should say, rotating players in and out right now. As you mentioned, Sellen back into the game. So now we'll have MVP getting ready to inbound. So we have 1:50 left to go here in this half. The inbound pass comes back out to Stephanie Folliber. Folliber from the top of the key. They'll get the ball inside as they work the ball out on the wing. This time out to the right side, coming back out to Haley Waltz as Waltz feeds the dish inside, but we've got a travel violation called, so nice job once again by that defense for Sanborn Central Woonsocket, forcing the turnover.
Trying to get the high-low from Cassidy down to Briggs, but Sanborn Central just doing a good job of preventing that.
Inbound pass comes back out to Vermillion. Vermillion swings it around again, this time down into the corner, back over to the right side as Sellen gets rid of the ball, gets the ball out to During, off to the left corner, now back to the top of the key to Vermillion. Vermillion, long two, off the rim, no good, fights that loose ball underneath, going to be picked up by Waltz. And so that is going to go back once again to Mount Vernon Plankinton as we do have a foul on the play.
Should be on Vermillion, I believe. That's going to be her third.
Yeah, and that is not what you wanted to see happen.
Yep. Yeah, it is her third, and just reached in on that rebound attempt.
Yep, so she's going to have to go to the bench. So tell you what, she's been doing a nice job of directing traffic there, but has also picked up some fouls right away in this ballgame as Folliber takes it across the midcourt stripe. 1:09 left to go here in this first half. As Folliber from the top of the key, looking to pass it down into the corner. This time finds Cammie Waltz. Waltz on the left corner, now back to Folliber. Folliber drives in, shots up, no good. Rebound there by Waltz. Waltz gets it swatted away, and it goes right back into the Blackhawks' possession. Blackhawks on the drive, this time coming out to Olsen. Olsen dishes off the wing again, going back over to Megan Poyer. 44 seconds left to go, 25 on the shot clock. They'll swing it around to Tristan Zebart as Zebart off the wing once again. This time the long two on the way, no good. Rebound by Caitlin Briggs. As Briggs gets rid of it over to Stephanie Folliber. Folliber takes it across the midcourt stripe. 30 seconds left to go here in this first half as they get the ball off to the wing. Back to Waltz. Waltz down into the corner as she'll find Cammie Waltz. Cammie back to the top of the key once again. They'll feed the ball in, but it's stolen away by Sellen. 16 seconds left to go. Sellen with one man to beat as the shot up off the rim, no good. As they fight that loose ball underneath, and now they are going to call for a tie-up. Possession arrow belongs to Mount Vernon Plankinton, so the Titans get possession with 8.5 seconds to go in the half. But right now, it is the Blackhawks with an 11-point lead, 25-14. As we set up for what will probably be the final play here of this first half. As Mount Vernon Plank will inbound underneath their own basket, or excuse me, underneath the Blackhawks basket. Westendorf gets the inbound pass, setting up on that diamond press. 4 seconds left to go as the ball going to be picked up once again as Westendorf was able to get the deflected ball back in her hands, can't get the shot to go off, and so that is it for the end of the first half. With the score, Sanborn Central Woonsocket 25 and Mount Vernon Plankinton 14. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about this game, and of course we'll get you updated on your stats as well as scores from around the area. That's coming up in 90 seconds. You're listening to the DeKalb Asgrow Game of the Week on Cool 98 and online at cool98.com and on MVPTitansLive.com.
Hey, Doug, how'd that discount double check work out for you?
Oh, that was great. I wish I had double checked before discussing that play earlier. Did anybody catch that play? No. Okay, we're going to act like we're debating about it. You two do the bouncy football thing. You rub your head like it's a real tough call. No, that looks like you're having a migraine. I'm going to break the huddle confidently, and we're going to call it incomplete.
Your mic's on! First down! Thank you!
70,000 people were there.
20 million more watching at home.
Got it!
Save big with State Farm.
Where will you find... Where will you find Black Hills State University graduates? Everywhere, locally, nationally, and internationally. Black Hills State University is where community leaders are inspired, where future teachers are prepared, where global connections lead to business connections, and where underground research is changing the way we understand the universe. Visit bhsu.edu and enroll now at Black Hills State University, where you can earn your degree affordably and with campuses in...
Want to know what I like best about high school sports? I love watching my son run on the field. I love the fact that since he's been playing high school sports, he's making better decisions. And I love knowing that with the proper equipment, education, conditioning, and coaching, high school sports here in South Dakota are safer than ever before. That's something I really love.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Here on Cool 98, brought to you by DeKalb and Asgrow, helping area students on the court as well as area farmers in the field. Tonight's game also sponsored by TK Electric. For all of your electrical needs at home, farm, or business, count on the experienced professional electricians at TK Electric. For a free estimate, call 995-0595 or stop by 419 East Juniper in Mitchell. Matt Hendrickson, Lyle Johnson with you. Halftime here in Plankinton. And right now, the SanbornCentral Woonsocket girls lead by a score of 25-14. And I tell you what, it looked like it was going to be a pretty close game to start out the first few minutes of the game, but looks like the Blackhawks experience just really kind of took control halfway through that first quarter and all through the second.
Yeah, in the second quarter, SanbornCentral Woonsocket, they really stepped up defensively, and Governor Plunkett, just like Coach Marquardt said during the pregame interview, he just wasn't, they got to find some way to get some offense going. Right now, they just really struggled. The Blackhawk defense forced 14 turnovers in that first half, and Mount Vernon Plankinton just wasn't able to put many shots up. And when they did get a chance to get to the free throw line, they weren't able to capitalize there either, only going 1 of 6 from the free throw line.
Absolutely, and you basically, as a coach of mine once said, that's free points right there. So basically, looking at that in the first quarter, 1 of 6 shooting. So yeah, it could be a little bit closer here. But one of the things I noticed too is Caitlin Briggs started out pretty well, 8 points in that first quarter, but held scoreless in the second quarter. So looks like SanbornCentral Woonsocket able to focus on her a little bit more and kind of take her out of the game, as it were.
Yeah, they were doing a really good job getting the ball into her, but like you said, the Blackhawk defense just did a very good job of focusing on her, and when they switched to that 1-2-2 zone, the Titans just weren't able to get the ball into her. They were trying to get the ball in the high-low with Cassidy and her, and just wasn't able to get the ball down low.
All right, so right now that's what the score is looking like right now as SanbornCentral Woonsocket jumping out to that 16-9 first quarter lead. Titans, they were held scoreless till about 2.5 minutes left to go in the half. They went on a quick little 5-0 run, but since then it's been all SanbornCentral Woonsocket, as right now at halftime it is the Blackhawks leading 25-14. This is just the first half of the doubleheader because we have the boys game coming up shortly following this game as well. So should be a good night of basketball here on Cool 98 and Cool98.com. We're going to take another 90-second break. When we come back, we'll take a look at some scores from around the area and also get you updated on your halftime statistics. That's after this 90-second timeout on Cool 98 and online at Cool98.com.
Hey, Doug, how'd that discount double check work out for you?
Oh, that was great. I wish I had double checked before discussing that play earlier. Did anybody catch that play? No. Okay, we're going to act like we're debating about it. You two do the bouncy football thing. You rub your head like it's a real tough call. No, that looks like you're having a migraine. I'm going to break the huddle confidently, and we're going to call it incomplete.
Your mic's on! First down! Thank you!
70,000 people were there.
20 million more watching at home.
Got it!
Save big with State Farm.
If you jump into a race and you haven't paid the entry fee,
If you just hop in and you don't have a bib number and you just run with it illegally,
it's called being abandoned.
The Charge Bandit is the first stability offering in our run long segment.
we have the armor vent and the 4-foot maximum breathability. We paired it with the Charge Ultimate Response adaptive cushioning. If you go to the medial side, you'll see a stability post here, and we've done stability kind of in our own way where we're more guiding the foot.
This shoe provides a light stability platform for the runner.
If you're a younger runner getting into running, you want a shoe that can do it all. You can train in, you can race in, it looks cool, has a lot of Under Armour attitude to it. That's the Bandit.
We call ourselves bandits. That's the Under Armour way, right? It's how we design product, it's how we live our life here at Under Armour.
Brought to you by Great Life Golf and Fitness, as well as Wild Oak Scoreboard. With the newest 24-hour fitness facility in town, they feature male and female personal trainers. Plus, it's the only fitness center in the Mitchell area with the year-round climate-controlled indoor walking track. That's Great Life Golf and Fitness Wildwood Golf, located on the Dakota Wesleyan University campus. Well, not a lot of area scores to talk about because, of course, a lot of the teams are all playing just one game tonight, but there are also a couple of doubleheaders going on around the area too, as Andy Central Dakota Christian hosting Scotland tonight, and Howard is also hosting Freeman tonight in both boys and girls action. Bridgewater Emory is at Canastota tonight for the boys. Ethan is at James Valley Christian. Also, Highmore Herald is at Kimball White Lake tonight. Chester is at Salem tonight to take on McCook Central Montrose. Avon is at Parkston, and Mitchell Christian is at Wolsey Washington. Girls action tonight, Kimball White Lake is at Chamberlain. Also, Trip Delmont Armour is at Freeman Academy Marion. Also, we see Bonham at Irene Wakanda. Ethan is at James Valley Christian. Hanson coming off that big win Monday night against Avon. They are at Menno tonight as well. So, some big games going on tonight as we take a look at some scores from a little bit further out of the area. We take a look at that halftime score. Last report, Huron taking on Brookings, 27-19. The Huron Tigers leading that game at halftime. Also, taking a look at some other scores, Sioux Falls, Washington, after 3 quarters, they are up on Yankton. Close game right there. 38-34 is the score on that one as well. And then just taking a look here, not a whole heck of a lot of other games going on around the area to talk about, but of course as we get a little bit later in the game, we do have another one here, a halftime score. Sunshine Bible Academy leading Aberdeen Christian 21-9. That is a halftime score. Also, just a reminder, coming up tonight, on our sister station, KMIT, a bit of a late game tonight, as it is going to be the Dakota Wesleyan men's basketball team. They're taking on Dubuque University of Iowa. That game gets started 10 o'clock out in Las Vegas. That's 10 o'clock our time, 8 o'clock their time. They're 2 hours behind us. So pregame coverage starts at 9:35, so that's coming up on our sister station, KMIT. We're going to take a quick 90-second break. We'll take a look very quickly at the halftime statistics. That's in 90 seconds here on Cool 98.
If you jump into a race and you haven't paid the entry fee,
If you just hop in and you don't have a bib number and you just run with it illegally,
it's called being abandoned.
The Charge Bandit is the first stability offering in our Run Long segment.
we have the armor vent and the 4-foot maximum breathability. We paired it with the Charge Ultimate Response adaptive cushioning. If you go to the medial side, you'll see a stability post here, and we've done stability kind of in our own way where we're more guiding the foot.
This shoe provides a light stability platform for the runner.
If you're a younger runner getting into running, you want a shoe that can do it all. You can train in, you can race in, it looks cool, has a lot of Under Armour attitude to it. That's the Bandit.
We call ourselves bandits. That's the Under Armour way, right? It's how we design product, it's how we live our life here at Under Armour.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Leading all scorers, she has 8 points tonight. Also for the Titans, Haley Waltz with 4 points, Cammie Waltz with 2 points. Looking ahead to Sanborn-Central Woonsocket, Maya Sellen leading scorer, she has 7 points. Abby Deering with 6 points. Tristan Zebart also with 6 points. 4 points for Kayla Olson and Sarah Morgan with 2 points. We'll get you your team stats in just a moment, but right now we start the second half as it is Sanborn-Central Woonsocket with the ball. They switch sides now. Sanborn-Central on your radio dial moving from left to right. The Titans moving from right to left. So the inbound pass comes back in, this time out to Kayla Olson as Olson dishes off to Maya Sellen as Sellen gets the pick set up by Vermillion. Has to swing it around the perimeter once again. This time three-pointer on the way. It is good. So that one is a good one for Tristan Zebart. That's going to be her third three-pointer. Puts the score now 28-14, and now the Mount Vernon Plankinton Titans trying to break that full court press put on by Sanborn Central as they get the ball out to Waltz. Waltz dishes off the wing, back out to Haley. Waltz Works around the perimeter once again, down to the corner to Michaela Cassidy as they get the ball out on the wing. 3-point shot on the way, no good. Rebound by Haley Waltz as Waltz into the paint, runs into a triple tree once again, and now they are going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow belongs to Mount Vernon Plankinton.
Well, SanbornCentral Woonsocket 11 of 29 from the floor in that first half for 38%, 2 of 8 from three-point range, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Mount Vernon Plankinton 6 of 13 for 46%, 1 for 1 from three-point range, and 1 of 6 from the free throw line. Rebounding edge goes to Mount Vernon Plankinton, 14-11, but 14 turnovers also for the Titans and only 6 for the Blackhawks in the first half.
So Mount Vernon Plankinton with the ball once again. It's Fowler. Nearly lost it at midcourt, but was able to make the nice recovery. Feeds it down into the corner to Cammie Waltz. 9 seconds left to go on the shot clock. 7 seconds. They go cross-court pass, feeding it down into the corner to Michaela Cassidy. Cassidy feeds it in. The shot rejected by Maya Sellen, as that is going to be a 35-second violation against the Mount Vernon Plankinton Titans. You have to hit the rim in order to reset that 35-second clock. It did not hit the rim. They got the ball back off the rejection and still got called for the 35-second violation. So 28-14, SanbornCentral Woonsocket with the lead. They get the ball up top to Kayla Olsen. Olsen feeds off the wing, this time to Maya Sellen. As Sellen feeds inside to Deering. Deering draws the foul. She's going to go to the line. So Abby Deering will go to the line to shoot 2 here for the Blackhawks. That'll be the first foul of the half against Mount Vernon Plankinton. And this time it goes against Michaela Cassidy, as Cassidy drawing her 3rd personal. So Deering to the line. Her shot no good. And so we'll see Tay Westendorf checking in now. She will come in place of Michaela Cassidy. So Cassidy going to the bench with 3 fouls as Deering sets up for her 2nd shot. This one no good. Rebound by Caitlin Briggs. So Briggs pulls down the defensive board, passes it off, gets the ball out to Fowler. Fowler feeds off to Haley Waltz as Waltz looking to feed inside the corner, goes for the shot a little bit high as it was Tay Westendorf going after it, bounces off of her hands and off of her foot, goes out of bounds, gives the ball back to the Blackhawks.
Someone's going to have to step up. They worked really hard to try to get the Briggs the ball down low, and right now they're just having a hard time getting it to her, and so someone else is going to have to step up offensively for the Titans.
Kayla Olsen with the ball as she comes up from the top of the key as she'll pass down into the corner to Sellen. Sellen with the long shot. Correction, that is not Sellen. That is going to be Deering, as Deering with the 2-pointer. She has 8 points tonight, 30-14 the score. And here comes Mount Vernon Plankinton as Fowler with the ball, passing it down. Getting the ball over to Cammie Waltz as Waltz gets her pocket picked, and nice recovery made by Fowler as Fowler also drawing the foul.
That's going to be number 4 on Vermillion.
Now looks like that's going to be the case, as looks like Maddie Vermillion on her way back to the bench right now with 5:45 left to go in the 3rd quarter. She's done a nice job of moving the ball around, but they've done a nice job getting her in foul trouble here, as that's going to be, again, her 4th personal. So a timeout taken on the floor by Mount Vernon Plankinton with 5:45 left to go. 30-14 in favor of SanbornCentral Woonsocket. We're back in 1 minute on Cool 98.
Your local Mount Vernon Farmers Elevator offers a wide variety of services and support. With harvest around the corner, we offer extended hours and a helping hand to maximize your profit. With our new fertilizer warehouse, we're ready to help when you need us and can make it easy with free farm delivery. Offering feed for your cattle, Crystal X brand minerals, and we also have crate feeders available for rent and delivered straight to your farm. Farmers Elevator, helping you with all of your agriculture needs since 1902. Give us a call at 605-236-5243.
There's a lot of uncertainties in farming and ranching today, but one thing is certain. Statewide Ag Insurance in Chamberlain, Winter, and Mitchell are your crop and livestock insurance specialists. Statewide agents have a background in agriculture and work hard to provide growers and ranchers with risk management plans and insurance coverage that fits their business needs. From hail insurance, livestock revenue protection, to multi-peril crop and revenue insurance, Statewide will help you with the right decisions. Statewide Ag Insurance in Chamberlain, Winter, and Mitchell. Locally owned, your dependable partner in crop and livestock protection and equal opportunity provider.
SanbornCentral Woonsocket coming out of the timeout. Mount Vernon Plankinton does get possession as they get the ball out to Cammie Waltz. Waltz cuts into the lane, tries to go for the shot, can't get to go as she's going to draw the foul. So that's going to send her to the line to shoot 2.
That was good aggressive play by Walls, just getting down there into the lane and putting the shot up.
Second team foul against SanbornCentral Woonsocket, as that is going to be the 3rd personal against Abby Deering. 2 shots on the way. This one is good for Cammie Waltz. 3 points so far. Again, the score 30-15. So the next shot on the way by Waltz. This one is also good. 5.5 to play here in the third quarter. 30-16 in favor of SanbornCentral Woonsocket. As Kayla Olson taking over at the point from the top of the key. Drifts off, looking for Sellen. Instead, passes off the weak side. This time over to Tristan Ziebart. Ziebart's been pretty good from beyond the arc as they get the ball out to Deering, but Deering showing that she's got some range too as she gets a long 2 to drop in. 8 points for the senior center. Puts the score now 32-16, 5:04 left to go. Titans with the ball as they get the ball to Waltz as Cammie Waltz has to get rid of it before getting called on the travel. Now swings it out to Haley Waltz. Waltz near midcourt. Passes off the wing once again, this time to Tay Westendorf as Westendorf going to reset once again, coming back out to Fowler as Fowler has the pass almost intercepted. Nice recovery made though by Haley Waltz as Waltz gets it down to Westendorf. 5 seconds left to go on the shot clock. They feed it down into the low corner to Cammie Waltz, gets the shot up, can't go, and it's going to go right back into the hands of Kayla Olson as Olson takes it across the midcourt stripe. Passes it down into the corner, now comes back to the top of the key. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound by Fowler. As Fowler on cleanup duty as she'll take the ball across the midcourt stripe, but almost gets her pocket picked. A nice job by Poyer, but even nicer job by Fowler protecting it. They go for the 3-pointer shot, no good. Rebound now by Poyer. As Poyer comes up from the right side of the court, goes into that double team as she tries to pass it off, but she gets called for the charge instead.
Yeah, she went right in there, and good job by Walls just to hang in there, and she just got ran into. It was a pretty obvious charge.
Yeah, I tell you what, she had her feet any more planted, she could have grown roots on that one, that's for sure. 32-16. By the way, that is the second team foul against Megan Poyer. That is also going to be the third team foul of the half against the Blackhawks. As Fowler, inbound pass to Tay Westendorf as Westendorf gets into that double team, tries to get the ball out or to the outlet pass. It's going to be deflected back into the Mount Vernon Plankinton bench. And speaking of the bench, Michaela Cassidy checking in now as Cassidy, by the way, celebrating her 16th birthday. They made the announcement just before the start of the second half, so happy birthday, Michaela. As the pass comes out to Stephanie Fowler. Between the circles, passes it off to Connie Waltz. Now back to the top of the key once again. Back to Fowler. It's Fowler. Long distance pass down to Cammie Waltz. 11 seconds left to go on the shot clock. They'll feed it over to Haley Waltz. Back to the top of the key to Fowler. Gets the dish inside. Triple team once again. 3 seconds, and now they are going to call a jump ball, and that goes right back to SanbornCentral Woonsocket. So right now, SanbornCentral really doing a nice job of collapsing down in the paint and really not giving the Titans any kind of lanes to penetrate.
When Cassidy gets the ball, she's not quite at the free throw line where you like the high-low to be thrown from, and she's kind of more a couple feet inside that free throw line, and it just makes it hard because the defense is just collapsing on her, and it's hard to get her that pass over to Briggs.
So Kayla Olson at the top of the key now passes off to Sellen off the right side as Sellen pulls up for a long 3-pointer shot off the side of the rim, no good. Briggs is there to get the rebound. Gets the ball out to Fowler. Fowler gets the ball in as she, beautiful up and under against Sellen. Misses on the shot, but Briggs is there for the rebound and the putback. Oh, wow, that would have been a Sports Center highlight if she would have been able to make that shot, but 32-18 right now. SanbornCentral Woonsocket with the lead, 2:50 left to go in the third quarter as Sellen comes up from the right side. Can't get the shot to go. She tries to lean in on the hook shot. She's going to draw the foul, though.
And that's calling it on the floor. I thought that was going to be a shooting foul.
Yeah, I thought so too, but nope, they say it was before she attempted the shot, so that's going to go against Mount Vernon Plankinton, and that's going to be the second foul called against Cammie Waltz. Second personal, second team as they get the ball out to Deering. Deering from the charity stripe on that high post gets the shot to go in. So Abby Deering, she's in double digits.
Second half.
Yeah, 6 points here in the third quarter. She has 12 for the game. 34-18 the score right now as Mount Vernon Plank with the ball as Fowler comes up from the left side. Almost loses the ball as she gets the ball out to Westendorf. Swings it around the perimeter, this time to Grace Boltzma. Boltzma, long distance pass. They'll swing it around the perimeter once again, this time out to Waltz. As Cammie Waltz's shot just a little bit too high. Olsen's there for the rebound as she comes up from the top of the key on the transition, feeds it down into that right corner. Gets the ball down into the corner again. This time, long distance jump shot, no good. They feed it off the weak side. This time, weak side rebound and a putback by number 15, Sarah Morgan. So Sarah Morgan, she has 4 points right now, 36-18, as it is the Blackhawks with the lead. And now we do have a block foul called against Maya Selland, as Selland's trying to put the stops on, but couldn't quite get her feet planted in time, so Selland's going to draw her first personal. That'll be the team's fourth. Also, she's going to step out. Tristan Ziebart checking out as well, and now we have a timeout taken on the floor with 1:50 left to go here in the third quarter. 36-18. Sanborn Central Woonsocket on top. We're back in 30 seconds here on Cool 98 and on MVPTitansLive.com.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Plankinton as Mount Vernon Plankinton getting ready to inbound out of the timeout. The inbound pass comes back into Stephanie Fowler. 1:48 left to go here in the third quarter. 36-18 in favor of Sanborn Central Woonsocket as they get the ball to the top of the key to Fowler. Fowler feeds off the wing. Now they'll drive in, trying to go for the shot. Can't get it to go as Michaela Cassidy draws the foul. That is going to be a shooting foul, and she will go to the line to shoot 2. So Cassidy fairly quiet tonight as she goes to the line for her first attempts to get on the scorebook. Kayla Olson drawing the foul. That'll be her first. And the first shot is good. By the way, that is going to be the 5th team foul against the Blackhawks, as the next shot by Cassidy is also good. So nice job there by Michaela Cassidy as she gets 2 points on the board, and that puts the score now 36-20 with 1:38 left to go here in this third quarter. The inbound pass comes back in as they get the ball out to number 12, Kayla Olson. As Olson, top of the key, passes off. Now tries to thread the needle inside, looking for Tessa Jensen as the ball deflected out of bounds. So we'll have the inbound pass coming in again as Kayla Olson will inbound from the baseline. This time goes high as they work around the perimeter. Getting the ball out to Olson as Olson feeding off the wing once again. They go cross inside. Now they get the ball in, and this time Sarah Morgan works that right baseline, goes up for the deuce.
No, a very good job of just posting up by Morgan. She got great position, got the ball, and was able to put it right up and in.
Mount Vernon Plankinton back to their end of the court as they get the ball out to Fowler. Fowler feeding down into the corner, this time over to Waltz as they'll swing it back around again. Getting the ball down to Waltz as they pass, going deep over to Haley Waltz, and I don't think Waltz was expecting that too much. I think they were trying to get the ball to Briggs, but just a bit high. Well, the ball's intercepted now by Megan Poyer, and she does get the pick as she comes up from the right side, and she ends up falling on the deck, gets the ball out, and does a nice job protecting that basketball as they get the ball to Morgan. Morgan, jump shot from the charity stripe, can't get it to go. They fight for that loose ball once again, and this time Megan Poyer is there for the rebound, and she's also going to draw the reach-in foul. So that is going to be team foul number 3 against the Titans, and this time it's going to go against Tay Westendorf as she draws her second personal. And we are going to see a substitution coming in now. Looks like it's going to be Reagan Clues checking into the game. 38-20 the score as the inbound pass comes back out for Sanborn Central Woonsocket. 33 seconds left. They get the ball down in the corner to Clues as they'll feed it outside again. This time they get the ball out to Tessa Jensen as Jensen, she gets a nice jumper just from inside the arc. 20 seconds left to go. 40-20 in favor of Sanborn Central Woonsocket as Clues on that right wing feeds it down to Westendorf. A little pitch and catch right now as they work the ball around that right side of the perimeter. 8 seconds left to go. Shot clock is off. They'll feed it inside to Fowler. Fowler gets the floater to drop in for 2. So put the score 40-22 as the final seconds expire here in the third quarter. And so that is the third quarter with the score. Sanborn Central Woonsocket 40 and Mount Vernon Plankinton 22. We're back in 1 minute with fourth quarter action here on Cool 98.
Hey, Doug, how'd that discount double check work out for you?
Oh, that was great. I wish I had double checked before discussing that play earlier. Did anybody catch that play? No. Okay, we're going to act like we're debating about it. You two do the bouncy football thing. You rub your head like it's a real tough call. No, that looks like you're having a migraine. I'm going to break the huddle confidently, and we're going to call it incomplete.
Your mic's on. First down. Thank you.
70,000 people were there.
20 million more watching at home.
Got it.
Save big with State Farm.
Mount Vernon Gas and Oil, a family-owned and operated business you've come to trust for the last 33 years. Mount Vernon Gas and Oil provides all your general car service needs to get you back on the road. With a large selection of truck beds and trailers, they will have what you are looking for. Inside, you will find a wide variety of cards, perfect for any holiday or occasion. Don't forget to grab a snack and drink for the road. Mount Vernon Gas and Oil is the place to go, located at 104 South Earl Street in Mount Vernon, South Dakota. Give them a call today at 605-236-5369.
Edging Brookings right now 37-35. So that's a look at the latest score updates brought to you by Great Life Golf and Fitness as well as Wild Oak. Mount Vernon Plankinton with the inbound pass. They're down by 18, 40-22 as the Titans getting the ball back to the top of the key to Cassidy. Cassidy feeds it inside. Shot's going to be deflected out of bounds, and it will remain with the Titans. And right now, leading scorer for Mount Vernon Plankinton, Caitlin Briggs. She has 10 points. Leading scorer for Sanborn-Central Woonsocket, Abby During. She has 12. We'll get those team stats in just a moment as the next shot, next inbound pass comes into Cassidy. Cassidy shot from the left side, no good, but she does draw the foul, so she'll go to the line to shoot two.
SanbornCentral Woonsocket, good shooting third quarter. They went 7-11 in that quarter. They're 18 of 40 overall for 45%, 3 of 11 from three-point range, 1 of 4 from the free throw line. The Titans 8 of 22 from the floor for 36%, 1 of 4 from the three-point range, and now 6 of 11 from the free throw line. They're actually out-rebounding SanbornCentral Woonsocket 19-17, but 17 turnovers for the Titans and 6 for the Blackhawks.
Cassidy makes her first free throw, and that's good, so the second shot is also good. Cuts the deficit down 40-24 in favor of SanbornCentral Woonsocket as the Blackhawks down court quickly to their end of the court. They get the ball up to Vermillion, and now we do have a whistle on the play, and this one's away from the ball. Looks like this one goes against the Titans.
Yep, and it's going to be on Cassidy, and I believe that's her fourth.
That is going to be her fourth personal, as that is going to be the fourth team foul against the Titans. So the inbound pass, as Maya Selland gets the inbound pass. They work the ball out to Vermillion. Vermillion finds Selland once again as they'll feed the ball down onto the baseline. Back out to Selland again as Selland from the left wing now takes her shot. After the hesitation move, can't get it to go. Caitlin Briggs is there, though, for the cleanup as they get the ball back out to Stephanie Folliber. Folliber feeds it down into the corner to Cammie Waltz. As Waltz swings it out again, this time to Michaela Cassidy, down to Waltz, feeding it in the low post as they get the ball into Briggs. Briggs almost had the shot to go in, but she does draw the foul. That's going to send her to the line to shoot two. And that is also going to be the seventh team foul against the Blackhawks, so that is going to put the Titans in the bonus for the rest of the ballgame.
That's really the first time they've really been able to find Briggs open down low, and she was able to get the ball and put the shot up. Like you said, not able to get the fall as she misses the free throw as well, but still drawing the foul and finally getting the ball down low. That's something the Titans have been really, really working on doing since the first quarter.
Tessa Jensen drawing the foul. She steps out. Kayla Olsen checks back in as Briggs sets up for her second shot. This one is good, so Caitlin Briggs, she has 11 points, puts the score 40-25 as SanbornCentral down court quickly to Deering as Deering tries to come in underneath the baseline, but good pressure being put on her. She had to get rid of it, deflected out of bounds, goes right back to the Blackhawks as it'll go. They try to get that inbound pass once again. This time they go out to Selland, but going to be broken up by Briggs. Goes right back into the hands of Haley Waltz. Waltz down into the corner again, this time to Cammie Waltz, but she gets called for the travel as she kind of drug that pivot foot before she started the dribble drive. And that's going to give the ball back to SanbornCentral Woonsocket. 40-25 the score as Vermillion inbound pass gets the ball out to Kayla Olsen. Olsen will take it across the midcourt stripe, across the Titans logo, passing off to Selland off the left wing. As Selland trying to drive in, now they call a legal screen. So that one is going to go against SanbornCentral Woonsocket. Offensive foul, so no shots. And that is also going to go against Abby Deering. So Deering, she and Maddie Vermillion, both with 4 fouls tonight. Inbound pass comes in to Fowler. Fowler off the wing to Waltz. Waltz cross-court pass, gets the ball over to Cammie Waltz as Waltz will pass up again to Fowler. Back down to Cammie as Cammie feeds inside to Cassidy. Ooh, Cassidy nearly lost that one as she had to go over her shoulder to make the catch. Gets the ball out to Waltz, though, as they swing around that perimeter. 10 seconds left to go on the shot clock. This time out to Fowler. Fowler works the ball inside to Cammie Waltz. Now back out to Fowler. Pulls the trigger on the three-pointer. Can't get the shot to go. Goes right back into the hands of Tristan Zebart as Zebart trying to get the ball passed down, but it's going to be deflected out of bounds, and that will remain with the Blackhawks. So now we'll see checking into the game for the Titans. It'll be Grace Boltzma, as she will come in for Michaela Cassidy. 6:04 left to go in the ball game. 40-25. Blackhawks with the lead as Maddie Vermillion with the ball as she'll come up from the top of the key. Now passes off the wing once again down into that left corner. They work the ball back to the top of the key as they work the ball around. This time Zebart passes off to Vermillion as they'll swing the ball inside. Now they look down low as they find Maya Selland thread the needle as Selland comes up with the 2 points. Boy, that's her first point since early in the second quarter. As the defense of Mount Vernon Plankinton's just really done a nice job of keeping her out of the game. But you also have Abby Deering coming up, Sarah Morgan coming up with some big plays to keep Sanborn Central in the lead. So score right now, 42-25, 5:24 left to go in the ball game. And right now they a little working around that left side of the perimeter as we have 10 seconds left to go on the shot clock. They get the ball out to Fowler. Fowler feeds inside to Cammie Waltz. Waltz has it partially blocked. Rebound and picked up by Maya Selland on the transition. Back to Deering. Deering nearly was able to get the shot to go in, but she is fouled at the last moment. So that's going to send the senior center up to the line to shoot 2.
That was a great pass by Selland to find Deering down there underneath the basket.
Wow.
But as you said, Mount Vernon Plankinton, defensively, their effort is there. There is no doubt. If they could just find a couple of players on the offensive side of things to put the ball in the basket, they aren't a bad team. They're, like I said, defensively, they have been very impressive here tonight. They've done a great job against Selland, and they've just really handled the Blackhawks offense, which just offensively is where they've been struggling.
Deering misses on the first shot, sets up for the second shot. This one off the rim, no good. Selland's there for the rebound and gets the second chance shot to go in. So Maya Selland in double figures now. She has 11 points, puts the score 44-25 with just under 5 minutes to go in the ball game. As Mount Vernon Plankinton with the ball. This time Fowler swings it around the perimeter, back to Cassidy. Cassidy drives in the shot, gets triple teamed, can't get the shot to go. Selland's there for the rebound. As Selland comes up from the right side of the court as she'll cut into the lane. Now goes away with a fadeaway. Can't get the shot to go as she does draw the foul. So now that is going to send Maya Selland to the line. She will shoot 2 shots. As that will be the foul against the 6th team foul against the Titans. This time it goes against Caitlin Briggs, who has just drawn her first foul of the night. First shot no good for Selland. Selland 1 for 2 her last trip up to the line. As we'll see Klus checking in.
That's one thing Sanborn Central Woonsocket definitely needs to work on right now. They're 1 of 7 from the free throw line in this game.
As Selland going to the line, trying to make this 1 of 2, and she does. Selland with 5 points here in the fourth quarter, so she has a total of 12 on the night. Puts the score 45-25 in favor of the Blackhawks. Here come the Titans, though, as Stephanie Fowler getting some good defensive pressure put on by Tristan Zebart. And now they call 5-second violation against against Fowler. So good job by Zebart forcing that 5-second turnover as Sanborn Central Woonsocket with the ball. They'll inbound it from midcourt as they get the ball back to the top of the key. They'll swing it down into the corner, looking over for Selland, but great job by Briggs here. And I'll tell you what, not an easy position to play is that center position, especially when you're a freshman. But I'll tell you what, Briggs has really done a nice job here tonight. And, you know, you got to figure she's a freshman. She's starting center as a freshman. She's going to have a huge upside over the next few years.
And I don't think she's come out of the game. I think she's played the entire game without coming out.
Inbound pass comes back out to Sellen. Sellen feeds it out to Zebart. Zebart's three, no good. Rebound by the Titans, but forcing that tie-up once again, and they are going to call that one a tie-up, so Sanborn Central Woonsocket doing a nice job of forcing the tie-up, and that's going to give the ball back to the Blackhawks on the alternate possession arrow. 4:01 left to go in the ballgame, still a 20-point lead as Vermillion gets the inbound pass. This time finds Selland off the wing. Maya Selland off the right side, now from the top of the key as she looks to get inside. Now finally splits between a couple of defenders, including Caitlin Briggs, and she's going to pick up an easy 2 points right there. Well, you know, that's going to happen sometimes as they get the shot. They get the pass down to Reagan Clues, as Clues is going to draw the foul, and that's going to send her to the line for a 1-and-1 bonus.
Yeah, that was just a really nice move by Selland on the other end of the court, and like you said, it's going to be hard for Briggs to guard her just because of the freshman versus going up against the senior, but Selland's just a really good ball player, and that was a nice move.
Clues to the line, 1-and-1 bonus shot. This one hits about every part of the rim, but it finally finds the hole as Clues gets the shot to go in. And I tell you what, here in the second half, Mount Vernon Plankinton's done a nice job at the foul line. As the next shot on the way, this one no good.
You jinxed him.
It's going to be rebounded by Poyer. Well, next time I'll learn to keep my mouth shut. As this one going to be a whistle on the play. So it's going to be a foul called against Mount Vernon Plankinton. That's going to be the team's 7th foul, so that is also going to send Sanborn Central Woonsocket to the line. As Megan Poyer to the line, and that's also going to do it for Michaela Cassidy as Cassidy fouls out with 3:36 left to go in the ball game. So Michaela Cassidy will finish out her night with 4 points, and now we'll see Poyer to the line to shoot the 1-and-1 bonus, and she gets her first points of the ball game as she nails the first shot on the 1-and-1. Of course, we'll be off the rest of the week here on Cool 98 for the holidays. We will be back in action again next Thursday as the next shot is good. So 2 points right now for Megan Poyer, 49-26, 3:36 left to go as Mount Vernon Plankinton getting the inbound pass. Mentioning again our next broadcast coming up a week from Thursday as we'll be down at the Parkston Boys Basketball Classic. We'll have the game there for you there. We'll talk about that in just a few moments, but right now Mount Vernon Plankinton working the ball around the perimeter, and they do draw the foul. So we do have a foul, looks like a push going to be called. And that's going to be number 3 against Megan Poyer. So that is going to be her third personal. 10th team foul, double bonus time here for Mount Vernon Plankinton as Stephanie Fallaber connects on her first shot.
Yeah, they went 1 of 6 in the first half, and so far here in the second half, they are 9 of 11.
Well, make that 10 of 12 as Fallaber makes the second shot. 49-28, Sanborn Central Woonsocket with a 21-point advantage. They get the ball out to Deering. Deering running into the double team, but she ends up getting called for the travel. Gives the ball back to Mount Vernon Plankinton with 3:11 left to go in this ball game. Inbound pass comes back in. Stephanie Fallaber across the timeline, across the logo, passes it off the wing to Waltz. Waltz down into the corner again. This time finds Cammie Waltz. They'll go cross-court pass. This time down inside the paint as they'll work the ball into the post. Shot no good by Biggs. Biggs trying to get the rebound, but it's going to go back into the hands of Abby Vermillion. Abby Vermillion into the game now as she comes up from the left side of the court. Passes inside. With 2:43 left to go, they'll work the ball on the high post. Now getting the ball out to Poyer as Megan Poyer coming down into the corner. This time they try to get the ball in, but the pass just a little bit too high. Reagan Cluse is there for the steal as she comes up from the right side. Passes off again to Haley Waltz as Waltz swings around, this time feeding it down into the post on the left side to Fallaber. Fallaber swing pass to Cluse again. Cluse just off the left elbow, now over to the right elbow to Haley Waltz. Back out to Cluse again. 16 seconds left to go on the shot clock. They'll go for the long three. No good. Rebound underneath by Briggs. Can't get the shot to go, but she is going to go to the line. So Caitlin Briggs going to the line for the shots. Shooting violation here as this time it goes against Sarah Morgan. She draws her first personal. So Briggs to the line. First shot is up, and this one no good. Mount Vernon Plankinton bringing in 3 substitutes. Sanborn Central Woonsocket 1. As we've got 2:08 left to go. Right now a 21-point advantage here for the Titans. So right now both coaches going a little bit deeper into their bench as the next shot on the way. This one is good for Caitlin Briggs. So Briggs, the freshman, with 12 points tonight, puts a score 49-29. And now, both coaches again, or both staffs, bringing in their some more of their reserves, as it looks like that's going to do it here for Ms. Briggs tonight. As she's going to step out here with about 2 minutes to go in the ball game. But boy, what a performance she's had tonight, though. I'll tell you what, like we said earlier, she's got a definite huge upside as the next drive in coming in. And this time, it is going to be number 20, Maddie Moody, as she comes up with a nice jumper. Puts score 51-29 in favor of the Blackhawks as Mount Vernon Plank with the ball. This time, Kloos fading it off over to Daisy Rahanic. So Rahanic works the ball out to Grace Boltzma. Boltzma off the right wing. Now back to the top of the key to Rahanic. As Rahanic back to the top of the key again, back to Boltzma. Boltzma swings it around. 11 seconds left to go. Kloos feeds it out again. 8 seconds left to go on the shot clock. This time down into the corner. Shot by Sydney Tlaum is not good. It's going to be rebounded underneath by Sarah Morgan with 1:17 left to go. They'll feed the ball down into the low post as they try to come in from the baseline. Tessa Jensen trying to drive in, and now
they called a foul. Then I think they're going to call it.
They did call a foul, I think. Is it a substitution timeout? Now they are going to call a timeout. So timeout taken on the floor by Sanborn Central Woonsocket. I think they want to get a few more players in. 51-29 the score. We will be back in 30 seconds here on Cool 98.
The Golden Buffalo Casino at Lower Brule is proud of our area youth for their competitive spirit and participation in the various high school activities. It takes dedication and commitment to be the best you can be. It's all about sportsmanship and not whether you win or lose, but how you play the game. The Golden Buffalo Casino is your winning destination for great food and more ways to win, more often. Our youth, our future. We at the Golden Buffalo Casino say thanks for all you do.
Back to the DeKalb Asgrow Game of the Week. Quick score update from Great Life Golf and Fitness and Wild Oak. Right now, a final Sunshine Bible girls defeat Aberdeen Christian tonight, 58-22. We have 1:10 left to go in this ball game. Out of the timeouts as the shot no good by Sanborn Central Woonsocket. Nice rebound underneath by Sydney Tlam as they get the ball out to Reagan Kloos. Kloos trying to pass it down in the corner. It's going to be broken up by the Blackhawks this time. Maddie Moody takes it across the midcourt stripe, stops from the top of the key. Pass almost intercepted. They get the ball down over to Catherine Beschen. Beschen works the baseline, gets the bounce pass out to Erica Howard. 43 seconds left to go, 19 on the shot clock. As Abby Vermillion trying to feed the ball down into the corner, tipped out of bounds. And now coaches Baruth and McCain bringing in some more substitutions. Looks like it's going to be Sydney Zeller checking into the game. Also, Kaylee White checking in as well. So the inbound pass comes out deep, this time going out to Moody. 37 seconds left to go, 12 seconds left to go on the shot clock. They feed the ball out on the wing, this time to Sydney Zeller. The ball is going to be stripped away by Mount Vernon Plankinton. This time they get the ball out to Grace Boltzma. Boltzma lost control of the ball, tried to keep it in her possession, but ends up getting called for the travel violation. So that's going to give the ball back to the Blackhawks with 26.5 seconds left. But boy, I tell you what, that would have been a really nice fast break and a layup as 20 seconds left to go. Shot clock is off. Alyssa Ball with the ball, and she's going to come in from the right lane, gets the shot to go in. 53-29 the score, 9 seconds left to go as they work the ball around the perimeter as Tlam passing off the wing, this time out to Boltzma for the three. Shots no good, and that one is going to do it. So that is your final here from Plankinton tonight as the Sanborn Central Woonsocket girls win by the final score 53-29. So that is going to do it as SanbornCentral Woonsocket improves to 2-0 on the season. Their next action coming up next Friday, the 30th, as they will take on McCook Central Montrose at the Parkston Classic. As for the Titans, they are back again on the road Thursday night as they travel to Gregory. We're going to be back in 90 seconds as we'll take a look at your final statistics right here on Cool 98.
Hey, Doug, how'd that discount double check work out for you?
Oh, that was great. I wish I had double checked before discussing that play earlier. Did anybody catch that play? No. Okay, we're going to act like we're debating about it. You two do the bouncy football thing. You rub your head like it's a real tough call. No, that looks like you're having a migraine. I'm going to break the huddle confidently, and we're going to call it incomplete.
Your mic's on! First down! Thank you!
70,000 people were there.
20 million more watching at home.
Got it!
Save big with State Farm.
If you jump into a race and you haven't paid the entry fee,
If you just hop in and you don't have a bib number and you just run with it illegally,
it's called being abandoned.
The Charge Bandit is the first stability offering in our run long segment.
we have the armor vent and the 4-foot maximum breathability. We paired it with the Charge Ultimate Response adaptive cushioning. If you go to the medial side, you'll see a stability post here, and we've done stability kind of in our own way where we're more guiding the foot.
This shoe provides a light stability platform for the runner.
If you're a younger runner getting into running, you want a shoe that can do it all. You can train in, you can race in, it looks cool, has a lot of Under Armour attitude to it. That's the Bandit.
We call ourselves bandits. That's the Under Armour way, right? It's how we design product, it's how we live our life here at Under Armour.
In favor of the SanbornCentral Blackhawks. As SanbornCentral Woonsocket Blackhawks, my apologies there, as they improved to 2-0 on the season. And talking with Lyle Johnson, I'll tell you what, Lyle, good job by the Blackhawks. Their defense really dictated the game here tonight.
Absolutely. Their defense was very, very good. They forced a lot of turnovers, 22 in fact, on the Titans. And they just did a good job of clamping down. Briggs was able to get a lot of good looks down low, was able to post up well. They switched to that 1-2-2 zone in the beginning of the second quarter, and they just clamped down on Briggs, and Briggs just wasn't able to get the ball hardly at all. And unfortunately for the Titans, just no one else was able to step up and hit some shots from the outside. Otherwise, defensively, I thought Mount Vernon Plankinton did a very good job defensively. They did a good job on the boards, even though they were outsized overall. And just, again, the offensive side is where Mount Vernon Plankinton just really needs to improve. And if they start finding someone that can score consistently along with Briggs, they got a decent team.
Well, I thought they did very well defensively against Maya Sellen the first three quarters. You know, she had those 5 points in the first quarter, but through the second and third quarter, she was held to just 2 points. She comes up strong in the fourth quarter as she picks up a total of 7 points that fourth quarter for 12 points in the ball game. But yeah, they did a really nice job there. Got to be really happy with the play of Caitlin Briggs. And you know, for a freshman coming in at a very demanding position, she really seemed to step up. And like we said, she's definitely got a huge upside for the next few years.
Yeah, she's a good ball player. And those first three quarters, Mount Vernon Plankinton, they came out in a box and one on Maya Sellen, and they just did a good job of preventing her from even touching the basketball. And then in that fourth quarter, they switched back to just straight up man-to-man, and then Maya was able to take advantage of that a little bit just because she was having the freshman guard her, and just Maya just knows what to do when it's one-on-one.
All right, let's take a look at your final statistics here of tonight's ball game. As the Titans led in scoring by Caitlin Briggs, she had 12 points tonight. 4 points each, though, for Haley Waltz, Stephanie Fowler, Cami Waltz, and Michaela Cassidy. 1 point for Reagan Clues, as Mount Vernon Plankinton with a total of 29 points in tonight's ball game. As for the Blackhawks, two players, co-leading scoring leaders, Abby Deering, Maya Sellen, both with 12 points. 9 points for Tristan Zebart, 6 points for Sarah Morgan, and then we also have 4 points for Kayla Olson, 2 points apiece for Megan Poyer, as well as 2 points for Maddie Moody, and also Tessa Jensen, as well as Alyssa Ball. So that's a look at the scoring. What do we have on those final numbers?
Well, SanbornCentral Woonsocket ends up shooting 48% from the floor on 23 of 48, 3 of 12 from three-point range, and 4 of 10 from the free throw line. Mount Vernon Plankinton only 8 of 30 shooting the basketball for 27%, 1 of 8 from three-point range, 12 of 20 from the free throw line for 60%. Rebounding was pretty much even. The Blackhawks did out-rebound the Titans 24-23, 9 offensive rebounds for each team. Turnovers were a big key. SanbornCentral Woonsocket with just 11 turnovers in the ball game. Double that for the Titans of Mount Vernon Plankinton. They ended up with 22 turnovers in the ball game.
All right, that's a look at your final scores again. Final score tonight, Blackhawks win 53-29 over Mount Vernon Plankinton. And we're going to take a 90-second break. When we come back, we'll set up for our second game, SanbornCentral Woonsocket Blackhawk boys against the Mount Vernon Titan boys. That's coming up after this 90-second break here on Cool 98.
Did anybody catch that play? No. Okay, we're going to act like we're debating about it. You two do the bouncy football thing. You rub your head like it's a real tough call. No, that looks like you're having a migraine. I'm going to break the huddle confidently, and we're going to call it incomplete.
Your mic's on! First down! Thank you!
70,000 people were there.
20 million more watching at home.
Got it!
Save big with State Farm.
Where will you find Black Hills State University graduates? Everywhere, locally, nationally, and internationally. Black Hills State University is where community leaders are inspired, where future teachers are prepared, where global connections lead to business connections, and where underground research is changing the way we understand the universe. Visit bhsu.edu and enroll now at Black Hills State University, where you can earn your degree affordably and with campuses in Spearfish and Rapid City. Stay in the beautiful Black Hills. Where does your future begin? At Black Hills State University, where anything is possible.
Want to know what I like best about high school sports? I love watching my son run on the field. I love the fact that since he's been playing high school sports, he's making better decisions. And I love knowing that with the proper equipment, education, conditioning, and coaching, high school sports here in South Dakota are safer than ever before. And that's something I really love.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
If you jump into a race and you haven't paid the entry fee,
If you just hop in and you don't have a bib number.
Helping area students on the court as well as area farmers in the field. Well, it is the SanbornCentral Blackhawk boys getting ready to take on Mount Vernon Plankinton. Both teams coming in with undefeated records as the Blackhawk boys 2-0. The Titans are 3-0 as we take a look at SanbornCentral Woonsocket. Coming off a record last year of 17 wins against 4 losses. Pretty much a whole new team, a whole new starting lineup as the Blackhawks lost 7 players to graduation last year, but they also have some pretty solid players that saw a lot of extended playing time last year off the bench. So now it's kind of their turn to come in and take over on things. And so far they've done pretty well on that end as well.
Yeah, they got a decent team coming in with a 2-0 record. It's going to be interesting to see how they come out against Mount Vernon Plankinton. Mount Vernon Plankinton, they're going to try to get up and down the court like they do pretty much year in and year out under Coach Eric Denning. And can SanbornCentral Woonsocket keep up with that and maintain the basketball, not turn the ball over, and get some shots to fall?
Well, one thing you notice, too, you take a look at both teams, and you look at SanbornCentral compared to Mount Vernon Plankinton. SanbornCentral Woonsocket's got a lot of size. They've got 2 guys that are at least 6'6". That's Sean Snedeker, he's 6'7". Wyatt Feisner, he is 6'6". Both seniors, both getting the start tonight. So it's going to be a real battle tonight between speed as well as size tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It is going to be definitely a game where I'm assuming SanbornCentral Woonsocket is going to try to slow it down a little bit, try to get into a half-court game, try to get it feed it into their bigs down low. And like I said, Mount Vernon Plankinton, they're just going to be pushing the ball up and down the court, probably put some pressure on the guards of Sanborn-Central Woonsocket to try to force some early turnovers and easy fast break opportunities.
Well, we had a chance earlier tonight to talk with Coach Troy Olson, the head coach of the SanbornCentral Woonsocket Blackhawks, talked a little bit about this season so far, as well as his expectations for tonight's ballgame.
Coach, off to a good start so far, 2-0 with big wins over Sunshine Bible Academy and Trip Delmont Armor, with only one person back from last year's starting squad and right now out with a shoulder injury. Looks like the young guys have really seemed to step up this season.
Well, yeah, they, we've got a lot of new faces. We graduated 7 seniors, and, of course, when you got the Tucker Kingsbury, Brady Teedy, Dylan Moore, Josh Feiner, they played, were kind of mainstays for us for a number of years. So yeah, we knew going into it we were going to have a lot of new faces, but these kids in their own right have been very successful growing up. They just kind of got, we're always in the shadows of that senior class in front of them. But no, these kids are talented in their own right, and they're sure eager to get out on the floor and show what they can do.
Over the last couple of games, you've really been able to dominate on the boards. You have a rebound margin of plus 11. Talk a little bit about this team and how they've been performing.
Well, we know, first off, that, we have to work hard to have a chance at winning, and this group always has. And, we've got a little bit of size with Wyatt Feischner. He's about 6'6", and Sean Snedeker at 6'7". They give us some nice size inside, but, we've got some other kids that are pretty active on the boards as well.
Coach, let's talk about tonight's ball game as you get ready to take on Mount Vernon Plankinton and the Titans. They are off to a really nice start. They're coming off a really nice win over Corsica Stickney last week. Talk a little bit about the Titans and what we can expect from them tonight.
Well, I've only got to see them play once, but just knowing the personnel that they have back, they're of course not, don't have the size that scares you, but Coach Denning they play hard, and they're very fast as a team, and that's going to be a big challenge for us is their team speed, and pressure all over the floor, and they play the game the right way.
How important will it be to try to control that tempo tonight?
Well, I guess our biggest concern is, handling the ball. We like to play fast as well, but we have to be smart with the ball as well. Our big kid, the Feischner kid, is very athletic. He can get out and get up and down the floor with anybody. And but our biggest challenge is how we're going to handle pressure, especially, not so much the talent level, but the experience. Mount Vernon Plank has a lot of kids back that have been in some big games, and it'll be interesting to see how our kids respond, kind of new to the fold, so to speak.
And then finally, Coach, what are going to be some of the major keys? What are going to be some of the major keys for tonight's ball game?
Well, I think I touched a little bit on it. We need to take care of the ball. We can't be turning it over, and if we do, we can't give up the transition points off of it. So that is definitely going to be one factor, is how we handle their pressure. And I think the other thing is a little bit of mental toughness. We're going to have to be strong with the ball, and it's going to be 32 minutes of up and down the floor and pressure on both ends. So we're going to have to be mentally tough as well, and it'll be a good challenge for us, and we're looking forward to it.
Thanks so much for your time, and good luck winning the ball game.
Yeah, thanks, Matt, and thanks for your coverage.
Our pleasure. We'll be back after this here on Cool 98.
When you consider the value of a new piece of land, consider the value of your lender, because only
it's called being abandoned.
The Charge Bandit is the first stability offering in our Run Long segment.
We have the armor vent and the 4-foot maximum breathability. We paired it with the Charge Ultimate Response adaptive cushioning. If you go to the medial side, you'll see a stability post here, and we've done stability kind of in our own way, where we're more guiding the foot.
This shoe provides a light stability platform for the runner.
If you're a younger runner getting into running, you want a shoe that can do it all. You can train in, you can race in, it looks cool, has a lot of Under Armour attitude to it. That's the Bandit.
We call ourselves bandits. That's the Under Armour way, right? It's how we design product, it's how we live our life here at Under Armour.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor.